This is the Platinum Podcast.
Welcome to the Platinum Podcast, my friend.
Good to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure. I might as well carry on that one. We'll start off talking about eye gazing.
Yeah, let's do it for the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, we'll just go into an eye gaze. Did you ever do any eye gazing before you got to Bali?
No.
No.
I think my first eye gazing happened when I arrived to Bud, and my cousin took me to an ecstatic dance party, so I had no idea what to expect.
I mean, most people don't even know what an ecstatic dance is. Most people's understanding of dancing is getting hammered, drinking multiple drinks, and then flailing around on the dance floor. What's an ecstatic dance? Tell people what that is.
So it's like a rave, but totally sober. And I think you do like a cacao ceremony before. I missed that. But when I arrived, it was like a big party and people were just dancing, being free and doing whatever they wanted.
It's a bizarre thing, like when you come from, obviously you spent time in London, right?
Yeah.
To just go to a party sober is like a weird thing.
Yeah, it is. And to be honest, I learned the concept of pre-drinking when I arrived to London.
We don't fuck about when it comes to pre-drinking in London.
I experienced it fully when I was in London.
Yeah.
But in Greece, growing up, we didn't have this concept. Like we used to go and drink out. I don't know why.
Yeah, well,
but I love pre-drinking for sure.
Yeah, I've got real bad memories of pre-drinking, man. There's some horrific stuff in the UK. We've got a really bad drinking culture in the UK, man.
It's interesting, I can tell you that. But it's fun at some points, as long as you know how to handle it. You know.
Well, I think that's half the problem. I didn't when I was younger. I just went straight into it, and I was a kind of bit of a crazy loose cannon, being an absolute moron most of my life. Took a long time for me to turn into an adult. Yeah.
To be honest, I got introduced in British drinking culture when I moved to London to study. And I remember, we had like Friday after work drinks, then Saturday drinks, then Sunday afternoon pub drinks. So it was like a interesting situation for me.
And then it kind of starts flooding out into Monday, sometimes a Tuesday.
It's sunshine, let's go out and grab pints, stuff like that.
Pub garden on a Thursday, you might as well start the weekend early.
Exactly.
Yeah, get a bag in, see what happens.
I didn't say that.
Well, you're in London, mate. Let's not beat around the bush here. We don't pull any punches here. We're more than happy to talk about. Not saying that you would, I'm just saying I fucking would.
People
Back in the
I know,
day.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I was a fucking idiot, so I'll own that one. So when did you move to London, man? So give us a bit of background about you before we go into the hecticness of that is my UK background.
Yeah, so I moved to London in 2011. I grew up in Greece and I went to London to do my master's in software engineering, and I absolutely loved London. It was such a cosmopolitan place, great energy, tech hub, everything was fast-paced. So for a person like me coming from like a city in Greece, not the capital, Athens, was a mind-blowing experience. So I moved in 2011, did my master's and stayed there for, let's say, 8 years, working in the tech industry, building apps. I worked for multiple clients. I built apps for clients like FIFA, Post Office, ASOS. I worked for ASOS for 4 or 5 years. And I think it was April 2019 when I took the decision to take a sabbatical. So I had been working non-stop from the age of 17 to like the age of 30, 31 at that point. So I thought it was a good time to take a break. So I booked my tickets, got my sabbatical, and flew to Asia.
Shit. So how old are you, man?
I'm 33.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You look about 22, man.
Greek
That
genes.
Bali life's working well for you.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Traveling and have a good time, that's how it works for you.
So what happened? So what made you decide, let's start this? I need a change.
I think I was always like very ambitious. So I was, from job opportunity to the next one, it was like a fast pace. It was a vicious circle. You always wanted the promotion, you wanted the more money, the better apartment, and then I reached the point where I had to make a choice. Would I go for the higher position, more hours, or would I focus on my own thing? And I always wanted to do my own thing. since day one. So the best way to make a clear decision for me was to take a break. So I took a break and I figured out things more clearly.
I think this is a really important point, because so many people, they always say to me, they're like, look, I don't really know what I want to do with my life. I know that I don't like what I'm doing right now, but I don't really know what else I want to do. And I always say to people that you need that kind of pause, you need that space.
Absolutely. And it always works for me. And it worked now because living in London, I had the opportunity to travel a lot. So I used to do like 10 trips a year. So during these trips, I fell in love with photography. So I started buying a camera, then I bought a better lens, then I bought a drone, then I bought a GoPro. So fast forward in 2019, when I got my sabbatical, I had like equipment worth of 6-7K. I was shooting semi-professionally. So this break was a good opportunity to improve my skills in photography. And during that break is when I got my confidence as a photographer, as a content creator, and I landed my first full-paid job. It was with Yacht Week. It's one of the biggest yacht travel companies.
That's a pretty good starting point. I assume it involves pictures with yachts.
Yeah.
Which
yachts and party, and they're pretty. It was a good starting point. And this gave me the confidence to, you know what, I could probably do this professionally. And maybe, software engineering is good, but sitting in an office is not for me.
As an interesting transition. So what was it like? Because this is often something that gets people. I feel like people have it so hardwired into them that you have to keep climbing that ladder. You have to keep going in a certain direction. And the idea of taking a sabbatical is almost like, I'm putting my life on pause, I'm not progressing. That's actually like almost like a real bad problem, How did you change your mindset around that and go, oh no, this is just a different direction, it doesn't mean I'm going backwards or pausing?
Exactly that. So for me, it was like a time where if I didn't do it then, I would never do it. So I was now or never. And the way I like to think is that I always think the worst case. So my train of thought was, if I took a sabbatical, worst case, I would come back 6 months later, I would still have the same job, probably wouldn't be in the same position, but I would be pretty much where I'm now, which is not a bad place to be. You are in London, you work for a big company, you have a good salary. So this gave me some confidence. I had like a safety net to make the next move. And obviously, I would start as a like junior, let's say, inexperienced content creator, and this wouldn't pay the bills. So the fact that I had a job in tech and I could work as an app developer while traveling gave me even more confidence. So I could combine my previous experience with my current passion, which was traveling photography. And at the end, this is what I did.
I love that. I mean, because you're creating a world where you kind of get to transition and work it out.
Yeah, and you combine all your experiences.
Yeah.
So it's not as if you leave whatever you've lived. Even if you start a new business or you start a new venture, I think your experience from your previous years, even like the way you interact with people, the way you know how to build a website, some branding techniques, everything you have experienced is going to come with you to the new venture.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're kind of picking up on the little intangibles. There's so many different things. Everyone thinks you have to have this qualification, that qualification. It's not. It's actually just about having experience in an array of different areas.
Exactly.
And there's no better replacement than just going traveling and wandering around and seeing what happens, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think even the business I started now, it combines traveling, photography, and technology. So my biggest passions come together effortlessly. This is what I really enjoy.
I love that, because that's a lot of what we try and create at Plan University. So we give people different business models, right? We're like, the first kind of problem that most people need to overcome, which is what you were able to do with your line of work, which is ensure that you have some sort of safety net. You're able to earn money, or at least go back to earning money if you need to, right? That's what we provide with the business models. But then after that, once you don't have to exchange all of your time for money anymore because you can live, that gives you the space and the freedom to explore and see what you do want to do. Because maybe, like, obviously we offer like different models like Forex, dropshipping, crypto. Maybe you're not massively passionate about those things. That's absolutely fine. But leverage them, use them to your advantage, create that space, go off into the world and find out what you do want to do. Maybe you want to fucking go sailing boats. Maybe you want to ride a canoe. I don't know what you want to do. You know, you never know. I hope you guys are enjoying this episode of the Platinum Podcast, brought to you by Platinum University, the real life school of mindset, online business and financial independence. Platinum University teaches you everything conventional education didn't. We're helping thousands of people create multiple passive income streams that create more money, time, and freedom. We literally guide you through every step of the process with the help of our in-house experts and our powerful, like-minded community groups. To get 35% off your monthly subscription and permanently lock in the discounted price of $39.99, and also get access to all of our mindset, Forex, dropshipping, stocks, crypto, network marketing, and Airbnb content, visit the link in the description to join.
It gives you, like, I think it's, a lot of people have a wrong concept about money. They probably think it's evil, but for me, money is essentially a tool to do what I want. So let's say I have my app development business. Even though this is the most, it's not the most interesting and more social part of my life, I use it to be able to fund my other ventures like photography and traveling.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is kind of a misconception. So there's one way of looking at it. You can do what you want. If you can leverage your passion immediately and turn it into money and survive, fantastic. That's not an option for everybody. If you can't, at least find something that you can leverage that gives you that safety net.
Yeah, exactly.
People often get that confused with working a shit job they don't like, working on somebody else's dream for so many years. So it's really powerful that you were able to make that transition.
Yeah. As long as you have a goal, you could work on a job you don't enjoy, but being mindful that, you know what, I'm going to work for like a year, 2 years, and then I'm going to do the thing I like, as long as you have a goal.
You got to have some sort of plan. Otherwise, this is where you end up in this weird habit of just kind of staying in it forever.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know people that have spent their whole lives in a job they hate, and they always say, yeah, I'm going to do something different. Yeah, I'm going to do something different, and nothing ever happens.
Yeah. 9 to 5 isn't bad. I know a lot of people that love 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is bad when you do it and you complain that you want something different. So if you do your job, you have a lovely life and you're content with it, that's fine. You can like do this and everyone else do whatever they want.
Yeah, I agree. If you like your job, great. Like we obviously at Platinum University, we talk a lot about getting out of the 9 to 5, fuck the 9 to 5 kind of thing. But you're right. It's only if you fucking hate it. If you don't and you enjoy what you're doing, great.
Yeah.
If you don't, get the hell out of there.
In my case, I didn't hate my 9 to 5. I loved it. I worked on some really cool projects. The thing is that I wanted something more. I was happy, but I wanted, something to build something on my own. I had more ambition.
This interests me a lot because I often talk about like the dangers of mediocrity. So it's you're in a situation where it's not bad enough that you do anything about it, but it's not good enough that you're happy. Now you're talking about being happy, but still finding something in you to say, no, I want to do more than this. How does that work? Because I would love for people to get a grasp on that and get out of that danger zone.
That's really tricky. You might get caught up on this where you never fulfilled. But for me, I just follow my intuition. I was working for ASOS. I was really happy, great projects. But working for a big company, you get the perks, but you don't get like the flexibility and the creativity of either working for a smaller or building your own product or idea. So for me, I always had many ideas in general in my life from a young age. So I felt that being there was kind of smothering my creativity. And And I thought by being free and doing my own thing, I would be more creative and more liberated, if I may say.
And what does that transition look like? So when you are able to embrace your creativity, how big an impact does that have on your life?
It's just like being in a state of flow, like constantly like being high. When you surf or when you reach a peak, you have this desire of fulfillment and happiness and like contentment, which is very, very strange, which I lose it when I do things that are super easy or too boring, that don't challenge my mental capacity. So for me, the ultimate happiness is to kind of challenge your mental capacity and move a step forward every time.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It's that for years I just didn't think I was creative because I was so used to doing all sorts of different jobs and shit to earn money. I was so focused on that. I was like, I'm not really a creative person. And what I actually realized is creativity is something you have to nurture. You actually have to put time and energy into it. And when you do, all of a sudden these gifts start to come to the surface. And then you go into that state that you're talking about, flow state, where you lose track of time, everything becomes really fun. It's like a childlike space. Right?
Yeah, I think that there's a misconception about what creativity is. People think that creativity is the artist, the photographer, the creative director. But I've seen creativity going into how you're gonna plan your taxes, how you're gonna organize your business in order to be optimized, how you're gonna organize the recipe to make the food more tasty. So I genuinely believe that creativity is inside of everyone, and you can apply it to your own profession. This is how innovation comes. You can see innovation in like automotive industry or in tech industry, and this is like when entrepreneurs are more creative than the normal people in the industry, and they make a breakthrough.
That's what it's all about, right? It's kind of evolution, essentially, isn't it? You're essentially building on what's already there and then finding something different to bring into the world. That's what we're trying to do as human beings.
Make a dent into the world and expand it.
Yeah, especially as men, like we kind of have like an overbearing desire to have an impact and do something great with our lives, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now that's what you're doing with your photography, because I've seen your photography, man. It's sick.
Thanks so much.
It is really sick.
Really, really happy I can do it. It started like as a hobby back while I was traveling, and then it just evolved into a more serious business. And now I can say that I'm a full-time photographer, so people can hire me to shoot content for their hospitality or travel brands. I specialize mostly in this. But yeah, other than that, I mostly enjoy traveling and shooting for myself. Other than that.
Yeah, where have you been recently? Because I just saw you just got back here. You've been jet setting off somewhere.
Yeah, I went to Nusa Penida and Nusa Ceningan.
Yeah.
I've been to Komodo Islands. That was insane.
Tell me about that, mate. I've been planning to go to Komodo for ages. I've got this. I love being in the presence of things that can kill me, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to be next to these things that can fuck me up.
Yeah.
Tell me about.
So I went to Komodo with a great group of creators. So they organized everything. We got like an amazing boat to travel around the islands. And we were there for 10 days. We were supposed to be there for 5 days and ended up, because of some bad weather, staying there for 10 days, which essentially is what I like about being free, right? I didn't have to send an email to my boss and ask like for an extended holiday. I would just have my laptop and work whenever. So we went there for 5 days. Then there was the day we landed, there was a cyclone. So we.
Did you go with Lost LeBlanc?
Yeah, I was with Christian.
I've seen you in his video.
Yeah.
That's why I recognise him from. That guy is Lost LeBlanc. He's got like million YouTube subscribers.
2 million.
He's incredible. His films are fucking amazing.
Oh, well, there we go.
He sells online photography courses as well.
Yeah, Christian is insane. Like, he's an insane creator. He has been in the travel industry for years, and I had the opportunity to meet him here in Bali, and we did some trips together.
Yeah.
Such an amazing photographer, creator, YouTuber, and person. And it was him with his girlfriend and another two couples, Rick Kande and Max and Zoe, also creators. So we did this amazing trip. Really good. One of the best trips of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we stayed there for 5 days. Then there was a cyclone. We extended our trip and we did a 3-day sailing trip. We went Padar Island, which is the Instagrammable place where I don't know if you've seen it.
Probably.
Green mountains. Then we went to Komodo Islands. We saw the Komodo dragons, just chilling.
Everyone says that.
Yeah,
everyone's they're just chilling there, just relaxing. There's a little bit of me that wants them to be a little bit more violent.
Yeah, I think they eat like once a month.
Oh, it's really disappointing.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I ended up.
They feed them.
I read a bunch of shit online. I was like, how many people get fucked up over there? And there was like,
We asked the tour guide.
What did he say?
He said the last person that died was like, I think in the 70s, and it was a tourist, a photographer.
That's fucking boring.
Yeah.
I read some better articles than that.
Really?
I feel like I've been lied to now. The ones I read said there's like an office on the island,
Yeah.
and apparently one of the guys left the door open, and apparently a Komodo dragon went in there and just messed him up.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's true.
Oh, good. That makes me happier. And then another one.
But when was this? Was it like is it recent?
I don't know. I can't put a date to it.
Yeah.
But the other one was, I shouldn't laugh really, but it's a little bit fucked up. But like this family went there and they let their kid wander off and go for a piss somewhere. I mean, you wouldn't let
Oh shit.
your 5-year-old wander off on Komodo Island, would you, if you had any sense about you? And apparently the kid just vanished. That was the end of that, and it was got Komodo'd up. That's bad time.
Insane.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of that one.
But the most impressive thing I saw was the Bat Island. So that's a place where every day, same time, during sunset, thousands of bats just start flying from the island. And it's an insane scenery, insane landscape where you see the sun setting and thousands of bats in the sky.
So
incredible.
It's a nice time to have a little reality check and understand that your job is to go look at those things and then capture images of it. Right.
At that point, you don't really realize that, but looking back at the photos and the content you create is just incredible.
Did you ever think that when you left and decided to go on this trip, that this would potentially be your life?
You mean my sabbatical?
When you first left, did you think?
When I left for my sabbatical,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
No.
No.
That's the thing. I don't plan too much. I don't think too ahead. For me, at that point, the right decision was to try this and see how it goes, how it went. I didn't know I'm gonna do it professionally. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed coding and building apps, so I just went with the flow. Even when I came to Bali, I didn't know I'm gonna go on this trip with like Christian.
I love that, because what you're doing is just going off into the unknown and seeing what the hell happens, and that is the biggest fear for most people. That's exactly why I wanted to get you on. When we first had that conversation about what you did, I was just like, that's so relatable for so many people, because there's so many people in that situation right now that won't take that step. And I want people to listen to conversations like this. The more people that listen to conversations like this, where they just go, fuck it, let's see what happens. In my opinion, there's more people that are going to do it and leave more fulfilling lives. And that's what I want to achieve with this.
For me, the mindset I use when I make these decisions is like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, if you think about it, the worst that can happen is you will move back with your parents.
Or you get eaten by a Komodo dragon.
Pretty much. So avoid Komodo Island. Or you're gonna move back with your parents and maybe like go and do the same job as before. So you're gonna have a step back. But then what gets me excited is like, what's the best that can happen?
Yeah.
Which is like limitless.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. You literally have no idea. All you can ever do is imagine all the things that are going to go horribly wrong, i.e. the Komodo dragon eating you.
Yeah.
Anything that's going right, you're never going to imagine that you're going to be on this boat with a bunch of amazing content creators and as a job taking beautiful images. I want to see these images, by the way.
Yeah, I can show you. I think I have my hard drive.
When we share this podcast, we'll have to share some of those images.
Yeah.
So
some videos.
So what's the plan for you right now? So you're obviously a bit of a free spirit. You do what you want when you want. What does that mean? What do you want to do?
Well, currently I run 2 companies. One is Aperture.io. I started it in the midst of Corona pandemic, and it's a software development company. So we build iOS and Android apps, focusing mostly to small businesses and personal brands. So we figured a way to build apps very fast, very cost effective, and we try to help all the small businesses bring their product in the digital world. So this is one of my companies I'm working, and I have 2 clients so far. And the second business venture is Arriva Collective, which started as a creative agency, like a content creation agency for travel and hospitality brands. But now we are shifting towards the technology aspect. So we are building an app which gonna connect creators with hospitality and travel brands for their marketing assets. So let's say there's a hotel in Greece and needs Instagram assets or TikTok videos, so they're gonna go on our platform and they're gonna find creators that gonna fulfill this need.
So when you say create assets, so you talking about creating a stockpile of images?
Yeah, images, stories, videos, because content is evolving. If you create content that was 2 years ago, now is irrelevant. 2 years ago, TikTok didn't exist. Now, hotels need videos. So instead of putting the pressure on the marketing manager and hire the right people, giving direction, or hiring an expensive agency, they can reach out and find creators, and these creators are gonna create content for them, either by paying them or exchanging some free accommodation.
That's really interesting. So for example, if I was a content creator, I was a photographer, I would find a particular business, a restaurant, wherever it is. I'd go to that restaurant then essentially and just take some pictures, do my thing, and then just improve the marketing capacity for the company, right?
Yeah, in this, it's mostly for hotels and travel brands like travel agencies. But in your example, essentially you would create content for the restaurant. They would probably give you free meal, or they would pay you depending on what deal you made.
Interesting. So it'd also be something we'll work with influencers as well. It'd be some platform that influencers log into and they travel the world getting a load of free shit.
Yeah.
That works.
Exactly.
That's got legs. Is there anything like that at the moment? I know there's companies that put influencers in touch.
Yeah, there's a few companies that do it, but there's no app out there as far as I know. So my aim is to be an app that the creator, influencer, content creator, photographer, videographer, you can name him as you wish, will have the app, and he decides to travel to Komodo Island. So he will find a business he can promote. Then he will travel to, let's say, come back to Bali and go to Ahmed. Then he's going to find a hotel to stay there and promote. So it's like a win-win situation. Also, the hotel gets filtered talents, because the big hotels have a lot of creators contacting them, sending them DMs. So this will make the marketing manager's life a bit easier.
Yeah, it's definitely going to streamline the process. Yeah, because it's fairly common nowadays for like travel bloggers, etc., just to reach out when they go to a new place, right? That solves a really interesting problem. It actually turns just everyday people into influencers, essentially, because that's what it is. It's the same job, right? Yeah,
initially we're going to focus on professional creators. And in the future, probably we're going to expand the platform.
That's a really powerful way to grow.
Yeah, although now we were planning on releasing it in 2020. But releasing an app that is targeted to the travel industry in 2020 wasn't the best idea.
Makes sense.
So now, we've extended the release date in September. We're going to have the first beta, and we probably going to have accommodations in Bali and Greece to start.
I'm curious. So I've spoken to other people that have this kind of business model where you obviously you're connecting two types of people. So let's use Airbnb as an example. You're connecting the person that wants to stay in a property with the property. And they said the most difficult part of this is creating a library of people. And basically, from what I heard from Airbnb, they had to do this one by one, reaching out manually and uploading these people to the app. Is that something you would have to do as well, or is there a way around that?
So my focus will be initially at the hotels.
Okay.
Get hotels on board, and our selling proposition is we will send you the right talent when you need it. And by traveling, I've built these relationships. I've built relationships with hotels in Greece and in Bali. So at least we have a starting point. And being a creator myself and my business partner, Emma, we actually know what the hotels want and what the creators need. Mm-hmm. So, our aim is to bring hotels. But now it was a bit hard because hotels' priorities weren't to invest in a new platform. They tried to survive. So we're waiting to see how the season is going to go, at least in Greece, and then take it from there.
Yeah, can you sign them up for free?
So that was the point. From my point of view, in order for a platform to grow, you need to offer value, and you need to have a lot of users. Getting creators would be relatively easier than getting hotels. So we need to convince hotels to join our platform. Maybe give them like a month of free use, or like 2 months. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a really interesting business model, that, because I think the way I see it is it's like there's a lot of barriers in the initial setup. It's hard to get going, but once you get traction, then you need to strap yourself in and be ready.
For my experience, the hardest part is to get in touch with the right people in the hotels and convince them to join a platform, especially the big ones, because there's a lot of competitors, a lot of people want to work with them.
Yeah, for sure. Strikes me the streamlining of the process. You've got to make the barrier to entry really low, right? How would you? So this is the bit that interests me, because obviously if you've got to get them on board manually, so you've got to email them all as individuals. So I'm getting right into the business because it interests me, because I love this business model, right? How would you create like a templated form? Would you create like a real easy templated thing and say, just fill out these details, send it across to me? Because then they would be able to apply it if they had all that, because it's going to be similar to like going on booking.com or Airbnb, right? It's just going to have fields that need completed.
So this is exactly what we've done.
Yeah.
We've created a Google form, very basic, but this Google form has all the data that I need for the backend. So essentially, we have a system where it goes through the Google form, parses all the data, uploads it to the service, and then you can see it in the app live. Or we have a process.
Nice. No, I like that. Mate, I think that'd be good. What's the company going to be called? Because I know there's going to be people that are going to be interested in that.
Yeah, it's called Arrive Collective.
Arriva or Arrive?
So, it's like Arrive.
As in French, Arrive.
Yeah, it sounds Arrive. It sounds cool.
With an apostrophe on it, Arrive.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. Is your business partner French?
No, she's English. From London.
Oh, you love a little bit of London, don't you?
Yeah.
What drew you there? I'm curious.
I think the main thing is that it was one of the first trips I did on my own with my girlfriend outside of Greece. So we went like 5 days in London, and I was really amazed. It was my first time in like a big city on my own, because we don't have a massive travel culture in Greece.
It's probably because all that your experience of tourism is drunk English people coming to your place, getting hammered, and being reckless idiots.
I won't lie. This was on TV, on national TV. They were showing, when growing up, I remember this. They were showing incidents from like Malia, Faliraki, of like tourists. Kavos, but tourists. They didn't specify the nationality.
You don't need to, do you?
So and this is well known in Greece, but now I think they stopped doing it because probably Greeks do it too.
So there are some upsides to COVID. It's not the English food. I'm laughing because I'm getting like post-traumatic stress from thinking about my trip to Malia. Oh my God. I was about 21, 22. Oh God. It was absolute
So
carnage.
Malia is in Crete, right?
Yeah, it was just, I don't even know where to start. I think my podcast might get pulled off the air if I talk about it.
What's the deal? I think you should talk about it. Like, what's the deal? Do other organized travel agencies and do tours there, or is it like university tours? What is it?
Basically, English people want to get drunk, right? And
somewhere warm.
Yeah, they're just reckless idiots. So there's a bunch of warm leads that are looking for a place to get some sun where it's not miserable. They want cheap alcohol. And they're like, what do we do? And then someone had the bright idea of going, let's organise a boat party and then get all the drunk kids on there. And then that's what happens. Everyone just like goes over there and they do these like little package holidays of like 300-400 quid. I paid for like a couple of my friends to come with me on this like stupid holiday.
But this supports the industry in Greece, to be honest, like the economy.
It supports the alcohol industry more than anything else, and it probably keeps the police in business.
Yeah,
it keeps the street cleaners in business.
It's a good business model.
It is. It's a great business model. As long as you're not worried about giving up your self-respect, then it's good for everybody involved. Unfortunately, that's the first thing to go out there. It's a pretty embarrassing space. I apologise on behalf of all of us, by the way. I'm sorry for what we've done.
Apology accepted, but you shouldn't. Like, it's fine. Like, Greece is a great place to be. To party, and even now, like, people just like go crazy.
Yeah, I kind of grew up. My last trip to Greece was to Santorini. It was a little bit more of a sophisticated getaway. I'd grown up as an adult. This must have been about 4 years, 3-4 years ago.
Did you do wine tasting?
Of course I did.
Yes.
What else are you going to do in Santorini?
Did you go enjoy the sunset? You clap?
Yeah, I did the clapping. Yeah, basically what you're asking me is, was I a full-blown English tourist? Oh, lovely.
To
look
be
at
honest,
that.
I did this too, but like, I clapped just like more chill.
Not like an over-enthusiastic, like looking stupid version.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I see it is I was far more respectable and less embarrassed and ashamed of myself going, lovely sunset, good show to the sun, than I was drunk out my head getting thrown out.
Yeah, last question. Did you go to the volcano? So in the middle, Santorini is like a croissant, and in the middle there's like a volcano that erupted, and the story is that Santorini was a circle, and the volcano made one part like submerged, and in the middle there's like a massive volcano. It's called the caldera.
Why didn't I go to that? I've already explained I like things that can kill me. I feel like the volcano should be high on the list. Yeah. No, I didn't.
How did you miss this? This is like, this year you need to, maybe not this year because it's pretty risky. Next year you're going to come Santorini. I'm going to show you around, take you to the best places.
That sounds like an absolute deal. Well, I think that's a perfect point to end on. A nice little holiday invite. Maybe if I told you my Malia story, you'd be like, no, you're right. You don't want to come. We'll leave you out of that one.
But Crete, other than Malia, is one of the most beautiful islands in Greece. So Crete has the most beautiful, based on a rating I saw on the internet, so it must be pretty valid.
Of course.
Yeah.
You definitely couldn't fraud an internet rating anyway.
Yeah.
Good old Trustpilot.
So based on a rating I saw, it's like top 2, or in Crete. So it's like Balos and Elafonisi. Hands down, they were incredible.
You're selling this to me now, aren't you? You want me on your app, don't you? You want me to come out. I'm a content creator now. You want me out there taking pictures of food and stuff.
We're always grinding.
Yeah.
We need to bring more people in Greece now.
Oh, we'll work on
the economy.
Yeah. More drunken English people.
Now, we need to take them to the more sophisticated, like Crete and Santorini.
Trying to up the level.
What I've realized is most people know like Mykonos and Santorini. So whenever I meet someone, I tell them I'm from Saloniki, and they give me like this bland look. I'm like, I have no idea. So I remember at some point I was just playing this joke where I would say Santorini, and when I say Santorini, the eyes light up. Oh my God!
If you say that here, it's just a restaurant, bro.
Yeah. In Canggu.
Yeah.
There's a really good one here. There was one down the road, Mykonos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there. I like my little taste of Greek food. So can you tell everybody, where can they find you? Where can they find your app that's coming? Where can they find your Instagram page where they can see your unbelievable photos and the content you're creating?
So Chris, my Instagram is Chris Economou.
Spell
that. Chris, like Chris.
Yeah.
and Economou, like ECONOMOU. It's like economy, but with a OU at the end.
Cool.
The full name, my Greek name is Christos Economou, and it's like a bit too many O's, so I made it a bit more visually pleasing.
Yeah, you lost me on that one.
Yeah,
I won't be finding that.
Too many. You can't imagine, when I was in London, I was like making a call to a bank. It was like a massacre.
I feel that. And where's the app? Tell people about it.
And you can find all the information on my Instagram. I have the Arriva Collective. Our website is arrivacollective.com, and our app is gonna be releasing soon, September hopefully. Was planned in March, but we all know what happened in 2020.
Yeah, right. So if you're hearing this, if you're a content creator, reach out.
Absolutely.
Get some free stuff. It'll work out for you in the long run. And you're also doing, you're creating apps and stuff for people,
and
for business
my
owners.
other company is aperture.io.
Yeah.
If you are a small business or entrepreneur or a personal brand and you wanna create an Android and iOS app cost effectively and really quick, I'm your guy.
Perfect.
My team.
I feel like that'll fit a lot of people.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for coming on, my friend.
Thanks so much for the invite. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
This is the Platinum Podcast.